Welcome everybody back to Odyssey the Game. Got a special episode tonight. I'm Jarrell, and we got a special guest, Nick Fanatic Manny. He's going to discuss with us about the trade. We're going to talk about Detroit finally winning. We're going to talk about potential landing spots for DeJounte Murray, and we're going to discuss the Odyssey Top 10. Let's go. First things first, let's talk about the Knicks trade. As you may or may not know, Knicks traded earlier today. R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, second
Yes.
round pick for OG Abenumbi. Sorry, I always F up his name. OG
I was called OG.
Precious. Call him OG. OG Precious
Yeah.
and some other guard that probably will get no playing time on the Tibbs whatsoever. So
Flynn, I think his name was.
doesn't even matter what his name is. Um, let's start with you. What do you think about the trade?
Well, I mean, I liked RJ. I mean, it's he kind of didn't he didn't live up to his potential as a third overall pick. I mean, Knicks been shopping him for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the biggest part about the trade is quickly. It just quickly is a potential 6 man a year. Instant offense. I feel like the Knicks gave up too much. To be honest with you, I feel like they gave up too much. I feel like they could
Uh,
have. I feel like they could have went with Grimes, with RJ, maybe a draft pick. But at the end of the day, quickly was leaving at the end of the season. They weren't signing him, so
right,
I
right.
kind of understand why he was added to the trade. You don't want to get nothing for him, but overall, like honestly, don't know much about OG. I think he's a defender. He's a shooter. He can shoot. He's a better all around player than RJ
Right,
Barrett. So in that
right.
in that aspect, you think the Knicks got better. The starting five got better. We got to see how the bench reacts to this trade. Missing
He
quickly off
can't
that
step up on the
bench.
bench now.
You going either have the. I mean, Grimes is going to have to step up. Maybe they move Grimes to the starting five and then move what's his name?
Put DiVincenzo back in the bench?
Put the return back in the bench. Just put out offense. Because DiVincenzo, I mean, he dropped 35 points today, or 30 some points
Yeah,
today. He
it's
he can
three. It's
score.
three. Well, hot. What, he had 7, 8 threes tonight?
Yeah. So the thing is that the offense, the starting five don't need scoring. So with OG, Brunson, Randall, you got enough scoring in your starting five.
Right.
Adding Grimes, more defense. You got OG and Grimes for defense. Put David Tender on the bench. You got instant offense off the bench. So I mean, we'll see what they can do. It's gonna take a time. It's gonna take time to gel, man. This trade is still fresh. I don't know how Tibbs is gonna do his rotations. You know how Tibbs is. He keeps it like a night tight.
Rotation
No,
nightmare.
eight, nine man
He
rotation.
played. He
So
played Fournier. He played Fournier tonight.
yeah, but he's missing two guys. You're missing RJ. You're missing.
He was
You
forced
know,
to play
I
Fournier.
don't
Yeah.
think Grimes. I don't think Grimes played tonight.
Grimes did he get any play?
I think Grimes. I know Grimes was a healthy scratch. I don't know if he's a healthy scratch, but Grimes was in. I didn't see him in the depth in the game report tonight. So
Oh,
so that's
well,
that's
all right.
that's
I mean,
so. I mean, he was short.
it's,
40 did get some play. I mean, he another guy that could be traded. But I don't think this is the final move, man. I think the Knicks got something else up their sleeve. I think Maury could come.
I don't think
Zach
Murray's coming.
Levine.
I would love Murray to come, but I think
Yeah,
Murray's done.
yeah,
I think we would have had to keep Quickly and RJ to give him some bait because the Knicks would be dumb to trade Brunson or Randall or
yeah,
Mitchell.
yeah, yeah,
Ridiculous. We're not getting
yeah.
Murray. I've come to terms with that. It's looking like Donovan in the offseason.
Donovan's an offer,
Um,
yes.
it's looking like that, and then we'll have a starting five of Brunson, Donovan, OG, Randall, and Mitchell.
Yeah,
Solid. I'd prefer Murray if we could get Murray somehow because Brunson and Donovan both really needing the ball, starting lineup.
yeah.
Obviously Brunson, you defer to Brunson because Brunson, he's the point guard.
It's Brunson
But
team.
Mitchell needs the ball to run as well. So I don't know. I don't know.
That's a that's a that's an interesting mix. Donovan Mitchell and Brunson. Mitchell's the ball dominant guy, ball dominant guard. And then you got um yeah, I don't know how that mix, but obviously Knicks need stars. You need stars to win this league.
Right.
So, I mean, it's an interesting mix, but I think that's the move in the offseason is getting Donovan Mitchell and plugging him into the starting five, along with you know,
But
our
this was a
Randall.
trade. This was a trade for the future. This
Yeah,
wasn't a trade
yeah,
for the season. This so
yeah.
are you scrapping this season already? Like it's a scratch?
I'm not. I can't scrap the season. I mean, without Mitchell Robinson, the Knicks aren't winning a championship.
Ah, no,
I
hell no.
I would like them to still make the playoffs. Now the question is, did the team get better from this trade, or did they take a step back? That's still up in the air.
Eh,
It depends how good OG fits in the rotation. I
if he
still feel
gets
the Knicks
involved.
would be a top. I still feel with Brunson and Randall, and you add OG, I still feel that the Knicks would be a top four team in the East. I still feel like they can still make a run. You talk a championship, second
Top
round.
four. So you're saying Boston, Milwaukee, Philly, Knicks. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying Boston. Yeah, I'm saying I'm not a big fan of. I mean, even though the Magic beat the Knicks a few days ago, they lost
Nah,
to the
the
Pacers.
Magic, they're gonna fizzle out. I'm not worried about. They're gonna
Yeah,
fizzle
so
out.
I'm not big. I'm not truly on the Magic bandwagon. I mean, you gotta think the Knicks had a tough schedule too. They played the Bucks and Celtics like I think 10 times. Or I think they're like
Played the
16
Bucks
and
back to back already.
yeah, I
Like
think
they
they're like
played the Bucks at
16.
least 3 4 times.
I think they're like 16-6 against the rest of the NBA,
Oh
and
wow.
like 8-2 against like 2-8 against those two teams. So Knicks had a tough schedule opening up. I think as the season goes along, they're still winning about 48, 47 wins, maybe touch 50.
Okay.
So I mean,
Okay.
they're not a championship team. They're not better than the Bucks.
Do
They're
you
not better than
think
the
the Knicks?
Celtics.
Do you think the Knicks will make another move by the trade deadline?
I
Is
think
there
they
another
will.
move to make?
I think from the Hawks. Hawks and him.
What do they have for Murray? They have nothing. They have nothing that they are willing to give up for Murray.
You
Quickly
got you got these
was a hard
picks.
give up,
You
but
got
he
these
had to go.
picks. I think the Knicks got the first round picks they could give up. They got
They're gonna
I
want
think
more
you
than
can
some picks.
still I think Grimes could still be involved in a
They're gonna want
trade.
more than picks and Grimes for Murray.
I
It's a
mean
steal.
I mean they, I think it's not like you got Fournier. He's an expiring contract. That's
You need more.
valuable. You got McGrath. This I think the team's not done yet. I think there's another move to be made.
Ugh.
Um, if it's not Murray, then offseason, obviously Donovan Mitchell is a huge potential there. So it's not done yet. It's still this is a piece. It's a piece.
Right.
You gotta remember this is a
Right.
piece, not of the puzzle. It's not the full puzzle yet. So we gotta see what's next after this.
So I think that the Knicks. When I first saw the trade pop up, I was like, "What the hell?" We gave up quickly. And, it took some time. I let it marinate for a little bit, and I honestly think that going forward, if everything pans out, and I'm gonna put emphasis on if, because how many times over the past 20 years have you been hurt when the Knicks saying, "Oh, we're getting LeBron, oh, we're
Yeah,
getting this person, we're getting that person,"
yeah,
and it never happens.
yeah,
So put a big if there. But
yeah.
if they get Donovan, we're in business for the next decade.
Yeah, of
If
course. I think
they
I
get Donovan.
yeah, I think the
If they
Knicks
don't
are
get Donovan and it's just OG and company and
yeah.
nothing, just nothing. What is that? First round, maybe second round exit. It's not. I don't see anything going past that. You know,
Um, Donovan's
everybody's
is
still young. I
huge.
like it. It's a young team. Everybody's
Yeah,
still in their 20s.
Donovan. It's a guy see how that fits. It's a huge piece. Superstar.
Huge.
I mean, him and Brunson be 1A, 1-2, sprinkling Randall, sprinkling OG. I mean, it's a team. Now, is that team better than Philly? Is that team better than Boston? Debatable, but it's a def. I mean, it's firepower,
Listen,
and that's
anybody
what
who's
the
been
Knicks.
watching the
That's what the
show
Knicks be
knows that I have my
lacking.
money. Knows that I have my money on Boston to win the finals. That's just the team right now.
Boston is scary, man.
Boston is
Porzingis,
scary,
as he's
terrifying.
completed that team. I mean, he's like that glue that completed, that team. Boston, man. But Bucks is right there too. So
Bucks are there. I still think Boston's a step above the
yeah,
Bucks.
yeah. Boston's probably yeah,
I think Boston is going to stand alone in that first place for the whole season.
yeah.
I don't see Boston getting nowhere less than the Eastern Conference Finals. If
I
they
mean,
lose, it's going to be a
I
game
mean,
seven loss.
they've been Eastern Conference Finals. You know how many years in a row now? Is it been
They
the
can go
past
over
few
the hump. This could
years?
be the year to go over the
I
hump.
mean, as they go to they better not lose to Miami. Uh,
Nah, that's the Bucks. The Bucks are the ones who's cursed by Miami.
oh, okay. I guess
The
yeah,
Bucks
that's the
don't match
Bucks.
up
Yeah,
with Miami whatsoever.
yeah,
Oh my God, it's terrible.
yeah.
I don't know what's
Boston.
happening.
I mean, it's the story of a year with Boston. Can they show up in the playoffs? Are they gonna show up in that? The late in the playoffs. Sometimes they take games off. Um, can KP be healthy? That's a big if.
Huge if.
He's never finished a season. I don't think he's ever done a whole full season healthy, and
No, even
he's been
when he was
healthy.
with the Knicks, he didn't.
No, and I think he had a good year last year with Washington, but that's a big if. I mean,
Yeah.
KP, you know, when he's on fire, man, he's one of the best big men in the league, man. This guy's,
Hey,
I
he's
love
the
the
original
Knicks.
unicorn.
Yeah,
The
he's a
original
unicorn.
unicorn. Don't
So
forget.
I mean, if he can stay healthy in the playoffs, and and that Celtics team is rolling, that's a hard team to beat. If I had to pick a team to win the
All right, so going back to the Knicks real quick. Let's backtrack real quick.
yes,
So in your opinion, you feel like the New York Knicks organization, they had no business, they had no means of paying quickly. They weren't even thinking about it.
they weren't paying quickly. I think
They
quickly
weren't.
wanted for what I'm hearing, he wanted 25 mil a year, and I think it's 25 mil a year, and then the next were at 18 mil. I think the Josh Hart signing ruined potential keeping Emmanuel quickly, and
Uh,
they weren't paying him. They weren't paying 25 mil to a guy coming off the bench. And a lot
that
of
make any
that came
sense.
from last year in the playoffs. Quickly kind of disappeared in the playoffs, man. Yeah, I remember
Over Randall.
Quickly. He wasn't there. I mean, he fell off in the playoffs. So I think that played a part to it. But yeah, Quickly he wants to start, and then you got JB here. He's never gonna start on this team. So
Yeah.
you get something back for him. That's. I mean, he wasn't leave. He wasn't staying. So one of my favorite players, but it's a business. It's NBA.
Yeah. I mean,
It's all business. You gotta
he'll get a
you move
nice.
on. Then he's gonna see quickly in a few weeks. So
Oh, January 20th, I believe. Yep,
yeah,
January 20th is gonna
yeah.
be
So
Raptors
it's gonna
coming
be
to New York.
it's gonna be some flames there. I mean, you saw Obi and what's Obi and Randall got into it today. So it's gonna be Quickly versus
Something.
Brunson. It's gonna be much watch TV. Let's see what happens.
I'm here. I'm ready. I'm ready because quickly has
Yeah,
the starting spot now. He's starting at the two guard, I believe, because they have Scotty Barnes at number one, and
yeah,
they're not Scotty Barnes is that's their player.
yeah,
Him and Pascal, they're not doing
yeah.
anything. So quickly we'll get that start. And I don't believe I know he's gonna shine.
Oh, quickly,
He's gonna
quickly do
shine.
his thing. Quickly,
He's gonna do his thing.
we'll
He's
see.
gonna
It's
he's gonna
interesting to
put the
see
league
how
on
he
notice.
plays as a starter now. You gotta
Yeah.
remember, starting in the NBA is different from it's different. If he was a six man, but now coming in as a starter, it's a different mentality. Even though quickly when he filled in for JB, he's done well, but having that
No, of
consistent
course.
starting role, I think look at Obi Toppin. He started the year for the Pacers. Now he's back to the bench. So, hey, you get what you asked for sometimes, and
Yeah,
it may not pan
he
out.
wasn't doing much as a starter on the Pacers.
Yeah. So
He was
hey,
quiet.
he wants to start now. Hey, Quickly, I'm rooting for him. I'm a huge Quickly fan. I would still root for him on the Raptors, but let's see. I'm gonna see how he does now. I think he'll be good. I think he'll be good. I think he's gonna be good. I think he's gonna be a 20 point per
Okay.
game
All
scorer.
right.
And he's a good defender too. So I think
Yeah,
Quickly be all right.
can't beat that. I
Now,
mean, he's a young
what
guy, man.
about
He has time.
What about RJ? How you think RJ fares out of Toronto?
Listen, I've never been a big RJ fan. I feel like he is a bunch of wasted potential. Can't finish around the rim. Um, every time he takes a shot, I cringe.
Yeah.
He showed some stuff in the beginning of the season when Randall was down.
Yep.
He kind of like picked up some of the slack. Once Randall came back, he went back to himself, and it was very
Yeah.
disappointing because I feel like the Knicks held on to him for a while because like, listen, there's a third overall pick. Like, what are we gonna do? Get rid of him?
Yeah.
Like, come on. We put some time and some effort into this pick, so they couldn't just get rid of him like that. But I feel like they made the right choice.
Yeah.
Send him back home to Toronto, and hopefully he's happy there. And is he gonna shine in Toronto? I don't know. I've seen RJ's game for the past 3 4 years, and it's nothing. You see some slight flashes, but it's inconsistency, and I
Yeah.
don't I don't think he's I don't think I think
Oh,
he is who he is. He
he's what
is
he
who he
is.
is.
He
He's
is what he
not gonna
is.
he's not gonna get any better than that.
He's a
This is who
volume.
RJ
He's a volume shooter. Doesn't shoot a high percentage, which you
is.
wish his percentage would go up.
I
He's not a
wish.
great deeper shooter.
No,
Um,
can't
he's
finish at the
got
rim.
better free throws. He has gotten better finishing around the rim, but RJ's what he is. And I think defensively he slacked off a little bit this year. And how Tibbs he wants defense.
Yeah, they'll
Um,
punish him for slacking. If you notice,
yeah,
RJ never finishes the end of the games of the Knicks.
in their finishes. So
He's always
I
on the
mean,
bench. They throw Harden, they throw
another
quickly, and they
thing they
never use
gave RJ
RJ.
that contract, and now trading him, the Knicks are now out of that contract, which was a bad contract for RJ Barrett. So
So,
so that's a plus there too.
yeah.
Um, but hey, they got OG. OG's a free agent after this year, and he wants. I heard he wants serious money. So let's see how he
So
plays.
let's talk about that real quick. OJ's a free agent at the end of the year. I'm going to get into this really fast before we move on to the next topic. OJ's a free agent at the end of the year. Did he want to come to New York? Is he going to hang out here? What's going on? What do you think?
Well, I believe his agent is the son of the Knicks GM, I believe.
Huh?
What's the Knicks? What's that agency? The Knicks Oscar, whatever agency. But I'm pretty sure they have an inside track what he wants to do. I don't
Okay.
think they'll make this trade if they didn't get a
Big
okay that
news.
he will resign.
Okay.
I highly doubt they'll trade RJ and quickly, not knowing if OG had any interest in staying. If
That's a
that's the case,
waste.
that's a huge waste.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So I think OG will stay. I think he will get a contract. Would it be a max close to it? But let's see how he plays. I mean, if he plays lights out, why not max him out? You know.
Max him out. So you want to what? Because Brunson's going to have to get maxed out eventually. Donovan's
Mm-hmm.
going to get maxed out. OJ, we can't have three maxes.
Hey, I mean the salary cap goes up in NBA, so a
It
max
does.
next year may
And what
not be the
about
same. I
Randall? Are we going to
think
max? What about Randall?
Reynolds locked in for a few more years. So and next year a nice window. They have a nice window here. I
Okay.
mean, Brunson's locked in for a few years. I think Brunson has like 2 or 3 more years left of his contract.
And he's on a
So,
he's on a shit contract
hey,
too.
hey, it is what it is. That's
Oh
it. I
my
mean,
god.
play it out. Brunson's
He's gonna play
got
it
a few
out.
more
He's
years
showing himself.
contract. Randall has a few years in contract. OG will get paid next year, next off season, and then you got to move. You got to make some money for Mitchell, which the Knicks have money. They got cap space, so
Yeah.
I'm not really. Their money situation is pretty good. This is just how it fits.
It's
Yeah,
fresh a little bit, but
it's peace.
they'll probably still make the
Peace.
playoffs. We're playing for the
Yeah,
future right now. Next
yeah. It's
season and
peace.
beyond is when the Knicks are really going to be contending for some serious
Exactly.
titles.
That's what it is.
Um,
Peace.
all right, so moving on real quick. Speaking of Toronto, Toronto played Detroit tonight, and Detroit has finally won a game.
Got that L. Got that win.
27. I think we stopped at 27 losing streak,
I think it
and they
was. Yeah.
finally won against the shorthanded Toronto Raptors.
hmm
They only won by 2 points. Wasn't anything crazy there. But what does this do for Detroit, if anything?
I mean, hey, you go right back to taking.
yeah,
I mean, you got the win, but I mean, it doesn't really do much of anything for Detroit. I mean, you're not going to the playoffs. You're not going to play a game. You're playing for the lottery balls. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, they already got the losing record, so
They got the most
so
losses in
it's
the
not
NBA.
like it's not like this win prevented you from getting that record. You already got it, so you just
Right.
prevented from making it worse. Um, yeah, Detroit, man. Hey, this look. Unfortunately, I don't know who's in the NBA draft this coming up. I guess that's a conversation for down the line, but
I don't think this is a
I don't. I'm not
heavy
hearing this
draft.
being a crazy deep draft. So
It's not a
or
deep draft. Remember, people
crazy,
were talking about Bronny James in the beginning of the year, and
yeah.
they only wanted Bronny James because they wanted LeBron to go there.
LeBron get Bronny James. LeBron's come with him. Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard that.
that's the only reason people were hype on
I mean,
Bronny James.
do
Personally,
you even want LeBron James at this point in his career still? So is he
if he's
still
still
like,
playing the way he's playing, yeah, but you got to build around this guy.
yeah,
He has to have a team around him.
yeah.
You know,
I'll if Detroit gets Bronny James, I'll be surprised if LeBron ends up Detroit. It's
he's
just
not
not
going there.
happening.
Detroit sucks.
Not
I want
happening.
OKC. I want OKC to get him. Let OKC get him. Put LeBron against those young guys.
Yeah, let's see,
Kids.
let's see, let's
You
see.
know he
But
doesn't want to play with kids.
Detroit's not going anywhere. I mean, I would know who they have on Detroit. Who is even on that team?
Cade Cunningham is the star.
Cunningham, okay, okay.
And then they have Ivy,
How's Ivy doing?
Jalen
Ivy was
Duran.
a guy. Was a guy I wanted the Knicks to draft a few years ago.
Yeah.
But I don't.
I mean,
Obviously,
I check him out from here to here. He's all right. He's not,
decent, right? He's not nothing
decent.
crazy.
He's nothing eye popping.
Yeah, it's not J. It's
Um,
not JB. That's pretty much what it is.
no, he's not.
All right, so
Close to
not much.
JB.
It's not much to talk about
No. I mean, they got ex Nick Kevin Knox. Nothing happening there.
Is he
So,
starting on that team? Kevin
I
Knox was he supposed to be like the baby Durant?
I don't know what the hell. Yeah, that didn't pan out too well.
That was a horrible pick. Who the Knicks
That
pass for Kevin Knox? I don't want to think about it. But
that's a whole nother podcast.
yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
Detroit. Detroit is Detroit. You know, it's not the control growing up with Ben Wallace and Hamilton
Rasheed,
and Fred.
Rip, and
That
Billups.
Detroit has has a long gone memory. So they
Yeah,
rebuilding. You know, hey, sometimes you gotta hit rock bottom to rebuild. Look at the 76ers. But I
that's
don't know
true.
if the NBA didn't they have that. You can't. You're not automatically getting the like a lottery pick now if you're like the worst. I forgot they did change it up a little bit with the lottery pick
They
now.
fixed something where that can't happen anymore.
That can happen right now. Yeah, yeah. You're not guaranteed like a top three pick if you're like the
Do
worst
some
team in the league
research on
now.
that a little later. Talk
Yeah.
about it next time, but they
So
did fix something with that.
hey, you could be as bad as Detroit to end up picking six. So
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
you know gotta win. Gotta
And
do.
plus, the NBA is a little. I think the draft is a little rigged. Let's keep it real.
Oh yeah.
They would not give Detroit the number one pick. They don't want
No.
Detroit to have the number one
No.
pick.
The number one
No.
pick probably go to Chicago.
Chicago would look good with the
You
number
know,
one pick.
Chicago. I mean,
You
maybe the
know,
Spurs may get another number one pick. I'm not
The
sure.
Spurs again.
They get. Oh, why not? They get. I
Yeah,
mean,
well, to help.
they give
Wemby
the
needs the help, right?
Wemby need help. Wemby needs to sell tickets. Wemby needs to sell.
That is
I mean,
true.
they got the Spurs, one of the worst teams in the league. They can't even show. You know they want to showcase Wemby.
Oh
So
yeah, okay.
give him another pick. Give him another first. I can 100% see the Spurs getting a first round pick, man. To
Yeah,
pair Wemby up with another player, and
another
now
star.
they can mark case Wemby on TV because NBA is all about money. It's all about star
Yeah.
power, all about the money grab, and they can't have Wemby sitting at bottom of the Western Conference
No,
because they want to
it's
showcase
a
him.
waste.
It's a waste.
All this hype over Wemby, and his team sucks. They can't
It's a
do that.
waste, and the team sucks.
Well, I
So
mean, remember why they created
the Zion rule.
the Zion tournament. What you call
Yeah,
it?
I truly believe that the playing tournament was created to get Zion in the
That's the
playoffs.
Zion tournament. They
I
created
truly
that
believe
tournament
that.
so that Zion can end up playing in the playoffs. He
Mm-hmm.
didn't even make it. That's the
Yeah,
Zion tournament.
that
NBA
that
wanted the
that was
money. They wanted
that was
the
created to
views.
Marquez Zion Williamson, the next golden boy, and they made a whole plan. Which I love the plan tournament. Don't get me wrong, but
Playing's great. The Zion
that was
playing is great.
made that was made for Zion. That was made for
Oh
the
yeah.
team. That was,
Oh
and
yeah.
they
We're
didn't
not.
make it close anyway. So it's like a waste. But that was the Zion playing tournament was for him.
He's
So
another player that is not living up to exactly what I thought he'd be.
yeah, he's Zion.
Don't get me
He's
wrong, and
living
that's
up.
and that's
He's
that's
busy eating up
frustration.
the lobsters and jumbo in,
The man won't lose
New
weight.
Orleans. He's
The
living
man
up to
won't
the
lose weight.
chef's menu. That's what he's living up to right now. Zion. But yeah, he's and he has a little tattoo now. You see a new tattoo?
I did not
There's,
see it. What is it?
there's like a new. It's like a cross with I think it was a bear in the cross. It's ridiculous. I mean, Zion Williamson with
With the
his
bear
four
eating
baby
something? With the
mamas,
bear eating the cross?
he's got something. He needs serious help. I think he got like three baby mamas, like three kids on the way.
I don't
He
know.
needs,
Well, it's
you know,
just a kid. You give the kid some money, and
yeah.
you can't. I don't know, man.
At that
I
whole
don't know.
draft, John Morant, Zion.
Ja.
Be honest, RJ's probably the best player on the draft.
RJ's the safest player right
The
now.
safest player.
He's the
John Morant,
safest
I mean,
one.
John can't. Obviously, John's the better player,
Yeah,
RJ.
yeah, yeah,
But
obviously.
you know, yeah, he's back now. So
Yeah, Memphis. I don't think Memphis is gonna do
no,
anything,
they're
but
not going nowhere. I think they have to go on a serious run,
they need
and
Steven Adams. That's what they need.
and
Gonna have Steve
and
Adams.
if you forget how big Dylan Brooks was to that team, man. I mean, you would have thought about that, but that's a
He
huge
was an
loss.
enforcer. He was
And
a
look how
Draymond Green.
he's done turned Houston around. He's on Houston Rockets. They're playing tough, good basketball, and there it is. I mean, Dylan Brooks is the common denominator. Now Memphis is falling off.
Yeah.
They used to win games without John Morant all the time.
Remember that? They were good. They were good without Ja.
Yeah, without
Ja
Ja,
didn't make them
better
better.
than they're
Ja,
playing
they were
now.
better without him.
I mean, they won. They was like top to the West with John Morant. Was missing like 20 games from injury, and still was winning games. So, and you got Dylan Brooks was a big part of that. So,
Yeah.
you know, I still don't understand why they didn't sign him. What did he do? He like hit LeBron or something like that, or
He was causing a. He was being a menace. Let's be honest. He was being a
menace.
menace. He
But
hit LeBron. He was talking a bunch of shit. He was being
yeah,
a
but
menace.
yeah,
They didn't
but
want that type of ministry around them. I kind of get
well,
it in a way,
that's their
but
team.
he's an enforcer.
Be who
You
you
kind of need that
are.
on your
Memphis
team.
was a tough, in your face team, and you get rid of the one player that was a signal of that. What do you expect? That's I mean,
Memphis,
that's your
Memphis,
identity. Why you
Memphis
think
hasn't
Draymond?
been tough since Zebo.
Yeah, so why you think Draymond Green is a staple in the Golden State Warriors? They don't. He's not good, but he gives them a little bit of toughness. Even though they're
Identity.
playing better without him now, but.
Yeah, he'll be back whenever if he comes back this year. I don't know what they're gonna do with that man.
Oh, he's suspended indefinitely. There's no time deal for
It's
Draymond.
been indefinitely for
He's
like
gonna be on.
a
He's gonna be
week
on
or two. They
TNT
didn't say
pretty
anything
soon.
yet.
He's gonna be on
Huh?
TNT with Charles and Shaq pretty soon.
I think he'll fit in with them pretty well.
Oh yeah. He
He'll
watch.
fit
He'll
in
be on
there.
there. Draymond Green. He'll be on there TNT pretty soon. I guarantee you.
But they didn't even say what they're doing with him yet. It's been like 2 weeks. They said nothing.
He's suspending. I don't know. I guess he has to go like anger classes or whatever. I
I don't know, man.
I mean,
Bring the guy back.
he's sitting there choking players out. Like, dude, what are you doing?
Choking players out, winding up
Choking
and
players
punching
out.
players
He
out. It's been
ruined
wild.
game over in the offseason and then punched him to Washington. So I don't know. Draymond Green, I don't know.
Listen,
He's you know funny. I'm actually a Draymond Green fan. I actually like him, but he has to get.
he's reckless. He's another menace. He's
He's
another NBA
reckless,
menace.
and he's actually cost the Golden State Warriors a championship. They
Yeah,
Cleveland would never came back if he didn't get suspended 3 games there. So
he's a menace. He's cool, but he's a menace. Anyway,
yeah,
um, moving on. Let's talk about potential landing spots for DeJounte Murray.
Jonathan Murray.
I'm gonna go through some teams here, and you let me know if it's a good spot or not for DeJounte.
Okay,
Um, Lakers.
that's the rumor. I've heard that. Um, yeah. Anytime you can surround LeBron with a talented young guard, it's always a good spot.
Yeah.
Um, I can see Lakers being a
Kyrie,
good spot.
wait.
What can
Okay.
they give up?
Hashimura, maybe
Yeah, yeah.
and their
Russell,
point guard and Russell.
but I could see Lakers. That I could see that being a potential landing spots. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Philly.
Philly, Oof. Rich gets richer.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, why not? Him
Maxey,
and
DeJounte,
Maxley.
and Embiid, new big three.
Him, Maxley, and Embiid. Got Harris there still. I mean, big four really. I could see Philly making that move because Philly. It seems like it looks like Philly is stuck in that third place. You know,
Yeah, they're
Embiid,
not
Embiid is not getting younger, and
right.
he's too good of a player to not be considered on a championship team year in and year out, man. So
Right.
if I'm a GM Philly, man, I'm trying to get you got to catch Boston, you got to catch the Bucks, and Jonathan Murray's a good piece you know that could probably level that playing field a little bit.
Okay.
'Cause I feel like Philly is stuck in that third place realm in the East. They're
Mhm.
not better than the Bucks, they're not better than Boston, so it's kind of like you know they're stuck. Even though they're playing well, Maxey is
They're
playing
playing
well.
well, but they're uh I hate to say it, but they're maybe like a Eastern Conference semi exit.
They're exit. They're
I
not
don't
being.
see
They're not.
maybe
Yeah.
they might make it to the Eastern Conference finals, maybe, but I don't really
Maybe if one of the if someone knocks off Boston, someone knocks off the Bucks for them, I don't see them beating them teams head to head. If let's say if Boston gets knocked out, yeah, Philly could be in the finals.
oh
But
yeah, well then they'll take advantage and they'll,
yeah,
hopefully
but
utilize that opportunity.
they're a third place team in the East. They're a third place team in the East. So if they could get Murray, they got pieces they could trade. I mean, they could definitely. I could see that fit.
Okay, what about Brooklyn?
I mean, Brooklyn has a lot of young pieces.
They have a lot of pieces. Brooklyn has a lot
They
of
got a lot
pieces.
of pieces.
A lot of trade bait
Um,
in there.
it's interesting if because the Hawks. If you think about the Hawks and the Brooklyn Nets, they're kind of in that same realm as potential playing teams. I don't see the Hawks really, like wanted to trade him to the Nets.
Right.
Um, because why would you want to do that? Why would you want to improve a team that's neck and neck with you for a play in tournament? Unless the Hawks is just trying to blow it up. But yeah, I can see Brooklyn. I can see him and Bridges
Cam
being a great
Thomas,
duo.
Bridges,
Yeah,
the other
I
guy
can
from
see that.
there, bench.
I mean, that team is already guard heavy, so I don't know how to fit. Very
Then
guard
Wiggy
heavy
and
team.
then Wiggy and DeJounte, 1-2.
Very guard heavy team, but
Okay.
why not? I can see
All right.
Brooklyn.
Okay. What about
Now to the
Golden State?
Knicks.
The
Golden
Knicks are
State.
done. I'm not even gonna put the Knicks in there. I would have put the
Don't
Knicks in there
sleep
before
on
the
the
OG
Knicks.
trade, but since we got OG,
I still think they could trade for Murray. I still think it's a potential
there's
for they
nothing
got
there's nothing I would want to give up
bookload.
for Murray.
They got a bookload of picks. Bookload of picks. But Golden State
Hope for
Warriors.
more than picks.
Warriors. Him and Steph. I think I heard they're trying to move Wiggins, but if they trade for Murray, obviously I believe Wiggins would be in that deal, and I don't know how much that I don't know. I don't know if Hawks are really interested in Andrew Wiggins. I mean, Andrew
Get
Wiggins is a
rid of
great player.
Clay.
He's a
Get rid of
championship.
Clay and some other pieces. I don't like
Um,
Clay over there.
but
He's done.
Murray on the Warriors. I mean, yeah. I mean, if they give up Wiggins, give up Clay. I mean, would it make the Warriors any better though? I mean, I don't think it's. I think it's in the West. You need. I don't know. Warriors is a weird team for me. Steph
Yeah.
is there. Obviously, Clay is
It's
there.
a, it's a
Draymond.
it's a Stephen Curry dominated team.
Yeah.
Without Curry, that team is trash.
I don't see Murray on the Warriors being a great fit. To be honest, I just don't. Hey, I just don't. I see it more like a lateral move. To be
Okay. Okay.
honest, so we see how that. I mean, who knows?
All right. All right. Okay. One more team I wanted to throw in there. I think this team could make a big trade and get him. I would say
Okay.
Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah,
Now, who would they trade?
Kyrie.
Because you got Kyrie
Straight,
there.
straight Kyrie.
You have will they trade Kyrie for Murray? I mean,
Trade Kyrie for Murray.
would the Hawks even want Kyrie? I mean, Kyrie and Atlanta with Trey Young. Now
That's interesting.
that's interesting.
But they're
Don't
getting
see
rid
that
of. They want to
happening.
get rid of Murray because Murray doesn't want to be there anymore. Murray wants to
I don't see
go.
that being a fit. Kyrie and Trey Young definitely on
But you
defense.
want
I
to get the
mean,
best piece for Murray, right? Murray doesn't want to be there anymore.
yeah.
If Kyrie's on the table and that's what you got to take
I,
it.
I don't think. Why would they want to trade Kyrie for Murray anyway?
I mean, personally, as a fan, I don't like the whole Doncic Kyrie duo. I'm
Yeah,
not a
but
big
it's
fan of it.
working. What are the Dallas? Are they're top five in the West, I believe, right now.
I believe the top five, but Kyrie's been out a couple nights. I don't know if did he play the other night.
Like yeah, Kyrie's always nice, but
I'm not
I
sure.
just don't see that's a lateral that's a lateral move. That's a
Dallas is
lateral move.
six right now, but Kyrie's been hurt a couple games. Luca's on fire. When Kyrie's out, Luca's hot.
Oh yeah,
Easily.
I mean yeah,
That's not even a
Luka carried
question.
that team himself, but I don't see Murray. I don't see Dallas wanting to get rid of Kyrie. To be honest,
Okay.
and I don't
Fair.
see Atlanta wanting Kyrie. To be honest, I just don't. You know, Kyrie and Atlanta Hawks is he's gonna be one step out the door. So,
Mm.
I don't. Is Kyrie a free agent next year? I'm not sure, but I don't see
I'm
that
not
being.
sure what his contract's looking like. I don't know. He's not a free agent next year. I
Yeah,
looked at the free agent list the other day. He's not a free agent next year. He would have popped out to
yeah.
me. Maybe
If
the year after, if anything.
that one, I'll be shocked if that was a trade.
Okay. Well, Dejounte's not staying in Atlanta. We know this. Honestly, I could see the Lakers as the number one place. Give LeBron more help because LeBron and the Lakers get everything. So
Mm-hmm.
would not be surprised if DeJounte, LeBron, and AD end up in the
Will not be
finals.
surprised. I will
Would
not be
not be
surprised.
surprised.
No, because
But yeah, let's
Lakers whole team in there making
let's
moves.
yeah, they always make a move. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens with that over the next couple
Mm-hmm.
of months. Trade deadline is February, so let's see what happens. Um, all right, moving on. We're gonna go to the Odyssey top 10, not Odyssey top 10, that are top 10 teams in the NBA right now, 10 to 1. I think they're in order from 10 to 1. Is my opinion. I'm gonna tell them, say them out loud. Feel free to give your opinion, your thoughts. But here we go. Odyssey top 10. Number 10, the Lakers. I got the Lakers at number 10. I feel like you can't count them out. You can never count out a LeBron team no matter
Yeah.
what. Like,
Yeah.
and they're moving, they're making moves, they're thriving. They haven't been as good since they won the in-season tournament, but I still see a future for them. They're a big team. They play defense. AD's hot. They're unstoppable. The end. Number 9, Indiana.
Pacers.
Indiana East,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Mm-hmm.
think after the All Star break, that points per game is going
Yeah.
to start to drop, and teams are going to be racking up points on them because they play no defense.
Indiana
Number 8.
above the
Go ahead.
Lakers is interesting. Lakers beat Indiana to win that in season tournament chip.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised you got Indiana ahead of them. I figured you have Indiana 10, Lakers 9, but
Well, I'm
your
going off of
list
the past week. The in-season tournament was
past week.
still
Okay, okay.
still a little while ago.
All right, past week. Okay.
Um, Number 8, I got Sacramento Kings. I got Sacramento Kings at number 8. They're a good team. I like them. They're doing well right now, but I do believe there's 7 other teams better than them. And that's not taking anything away from Sacramento because they're a good team
Mm-hmm.
and they're looking good. Ring the bell. I'm sorry. Put the beam up. Whatever they got there. It's a
Like
nice
the
little
beam,
cute gimmick they got going on there.
like the beam.
Um, yeah, light the beam, whatever the hell.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Box is good. Yeah,
the end.
Clippers playing
The
well,
Clippers. They finally got it together.
playing well.
They finally. I
Cool. I playing.
believe Kawhi missed one game so far for the whole season. That is
Kawhi
why
locked
they're
in.
doing so well.
This is the most locked in I've seen Kawhi play
The
since the
most,
Toronto days.
the most.
So if no one Kawhi's locked in, man, that's a tough player, and he could
That's a tough
we
out.
all see he could lead a team to the promised land.
So
So
yeah,
yeah, Celtics gonna be a reckon, a team to reckon with moving
he's
forward.
locked in, and let him keep doing his thing because the Clips are
Yeah,
looking nice right now.
yep.
But I still
No
got
low
six other teams
management,
better than
no low manager for Kawhi this season. Apparently,
them. All right, moving on. Philly, Philly at number
really
6.
6.
Like
Okay.
we said, Philly cannot get out of that third spot.
Mm-hmm.
They can't be a number 1 or number 2 seed in the East.
No,
They're missing something. There's something there. But
they
they
got
are
to get
still
a
a good
piece.
team. They're still a good team. Maxi's shining now that Harden's gone. Embiid is still being Embiid.
He's
You can't
Embiid.
stop that guy. That guy is probably the best center in the league. Debatable against Jokic. I know.
One
Debatable.
day won't be. I mean, pick your poison with those two.
Pick your poison. Who do you want to
Yeah,
kill you first?
exactly.
Um, so Philly number 6. Right after Philly, I got the Bucks. The Bucks at 5.
Bucks at 5. Wow. Okay.
Yep, the Bucks at 5. Giannis and Lillard, I
Yeah,
love them to death.
the
They
Bucks who lost to the
kryptonite.
Knicks on Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They kryptonized the Miami Heat. We know
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
We all know this to be true.
It's Jordan's son.
You said Jordan's son? it, it might be, but they're at number 5. I don't have them moving yet. Let's see how they do this next following week. Maybe I'll move them up. Maybe I'll move them down. Let's see what they can do.
Let's
But
see.
let's keep them number 5 for now. Number 4, you got Denver, the Nuggets.
Denver at
Um,
4. Wow.
yeah, they're 4. Murray was
Okay.
out for a little while, but he's been back for a while now, and they've been thriving again. But when he was out, they were down and out. That team was
Mm.
not doing what they were supposed to do. And, I'm saying a lot because the Nuggets are a great team, excellent team. But it just goes to prove how one player can, change the whole
Yeah,
trajectory of a team.
and that's one
No
of the
Murray in
best.
that
I mean,
team is just not the same.
that's one of their best players. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean Murray and Joker. I mean, 1A, 1B. It's like obviously Joker's a league dog, but man, his Rodman is damn near. He's a Batman on 20 other teams.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, he can. I mean, Murray's a big piece of that squad, but they still gonna be in it because they'll still be good at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, that'll still be good.
Yeah,
Let's see what happens. We got time. It's still early. Not
yeah.
even half time. Number 3. I love this team. I love this team for the past couple of years because I kept seeing them coming up and coming up and coming up. OKC, a bunch of
OKC.
young dogs, a bunch of young
Okay,
dogs.
okay. Yeah,
That's
they beat the
all they
Knicks.
are.
They beat the Knicks a few days ago, and that team. Hey,
They're
that
just a
team is
bunch of
coming.
young dogs.
Team's coming.
Shy, giddy. They're all a bunch of young dogs. I love
Yeah,
them. Bench is great. They can score at will.
it's a
They
fun team to
fight.
watch. That's a fun team to
Very
watch.
fun
Real
team to
fun team to
watch.
watch. Real fun team to watch. Okay, so
And they get better year by year by year
yeah.
because they're so young. They're still growing. Homegrown,
Hmm.
young team.
Yep.
Chet is great. They're all great. They're number 3 right now.
Okay.
Let's keep them there for now. Maybe I'll move them up next week, but let's see how they do next week or two. But let's keep them there for now. Number 2, this is debatable. Some people would have them at number 1, but I got Minnesota at number 2.
Minnesota's been one of the best, actually probably the best team in the league so far this year.
Minnesota has been the best team, yes.
Quietly has been the best team in the league, man. And then people talk about the Olympics and talk about playing for Team USA, and every time a player goes to play for Team USA, and then they come back and I don't know, they just come back a lot stronger. You're
Yeah,
talking
they learn
about
some group play. They learn how to play. They
you
learn how
talk
to
about
play better, and it's just
Anthony Edwards, man. I mean, he's almost playing at an MVP level right now. So
yeah.
Gobert. People made fun of that trade last year, but it's working. And then
Oh no, it's getting made fun of it.
Towns has been in trade rumors for a while, and then obviously he's playing his way out of the trade rumors. So
Yeah,
they've been pretty good.
I believe they're
Great
number
team.
1 in the West right now. They
Oh
yeah,
yeah, good team, man.
number 1 in
But
the West right now. They've been number 1 for a little bit. They're 24-7. Second team is OKC at 21-9.
Mm.
But Minnesota's up there, man. They. What can I say? And like you said, it's been a quiet way to the top. Very quiet
Quite right.
rise to the top.
Quite
They're
right.
not
I
even
mean,
loud about it. There's like,
I
we're
believe they
here.
were they a playing tournament team last season? I'm trying
Was
to think.
it the season before they were when they had Beverly? Last
Yes.
season,
Yes.
last season, I don't quite remember,
I don't remember.
honestly.
I know they weren't top five. You know what? I think they were a playing team last year. They were a playing team.
Well,
Yeah, they were a playing team. They did make it to playoffs, but they were a playing team last year. I
oh, they
believe
made it to
so.
the playoffs. But they said
Yeah,
did
yeah,
they did? Oh, they
they
did.
did.
Okay,
I believe they did. Yeah,
but they were first round scratch,
they did a
obviously.
first round squash. Yeah, first round squash. I forgot who team beat them. Maybe I think maybe it had to be the Lakers that beat them, but I think they were a first round
It
slash.
sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, they're good.
All right. And number one, I'm sure you could probably guess it,
Boston.
but we got Boston.
Gotta be Boston.
Got to be
All
Boston. And you
around.
know that the Knicks are not on my top 10 this week. They need to do better. But
Oof.
I got Boston at number one. I've been saying this every week since I've been doing this show. That is my pick for the 2024 NBA Finals champions.
Boston
Uh,
Celtics.
put your money on it. Boston
Wow.
Celtics.
I
Tatum,
don't know.
Brown, KP,
Great pick.
Holiday.
It's
That's
a
a
great
team
pick.
right there.
It's a great
That's
pick.
a big four right there.
Great pick. I think
How
this
many
is
other
one.
teams in the NBA have a big four?
Um, a big four:
I don't think anybody else has a big four.
Tatum, Brown, KP, and I guess Holidays at four, right?
Yeah, Holiday's the four.
There's not a lot of teams in the NBA. I mean, if you consider Towns, Edward, Gobert,
That's three. I don't
that's
know.
three.
That's it, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Boston's on another level. No one can match him right now.
yeah. I mean, if you maybe Giannis,
Nope.
Lillard,
Middleton?
Middleton, maybe put Lopez in that.
No,
No,
Lopez.
right? No.
Yeah.
But hey, this is the Knicks. Brunson, OG, Randall. Hey,
Speaking too.
if they get Donovan Mitchell, then
If they get Donovan Mitchell next year, it could be a Brunson, Mitchell, Randall, hopefully OG Big Four.
that would be a big four
Hopefully.
to
And then
compete.
Mitchell carrying up the slack with the blocks and the rebounds.
Phew.
That'll be
Hey,
a problem team next
we
year.
we can only
So
dream. We can only dream. So
could
we'll
only
see.
dream, you're right.
Go only dream.
This dream is closer to coming true than past dreams.
Hey, like I said, I believe it when I see it. I've
Yep.
gone through that wave. Insert this superstar is coming. This guy's coming. Just listen. When it happens, it happens. But Mitchell has been a rumor for the past 2 seasons now. So, and I believe he's a free agent next year. So let's get it done. Open the checkbook. Get him in. Get him in. He wants to be in
Bring
New
him in
York.
here.
He wants to be in New York. So unless
He's
you get,
from New
I
York.
don't
Bring
know.
him back home. Bring him
I don't
back
know if
home.
Cleveland is going to trade him. I don't know what Cleveland's doing. I don't know if they're going to just keep him. I don't know.
If
Hey,
I was Cleveland, I'd trade him. He wants to leave.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's out there that he wants to leave. You
it's
trade
out
him
there.
before it's too late.
First way.
Right?
If he gets traded at the trade deadline to a team that I guess signs him next year, but I don't know. He wants to be in New
But that's
York.
the thing. If he only wants to go to New York, I'd be
What team
afraid
will
to
trade
take
for
him.
him? I'm afraid of him. Yeah.
Who's gonna want
So,
to trade for him?
um,
And the Knicks can't
listen,
trade for him anymore.
Mitchell's still a move. If Cleveland was smart, they'll hit the Knicks up and say, "Hey, give me all your first round picks. Give me Grimes. Give me Fournier, and then here's
True.
Mitchell." If they're
True.
smart, but
Well,
unless
would
they
the
want
Knicks
to move,
take it, or would the Knicks just wait to sign him?
basic free agency. I mean, what would you do?
And, I mean, it's a gamble because you're hoping no other team would want to take him in the
It's a gamble,
offseason.
yeah, yeah.
You're hoping that if some other team did take him, he's not
I
they
mean,
don't
it's like
overpay him, so he
Melo
just
all over again. It's like Knicks should have
exactly.
Knicks had a win.
Knicks got to play this out. I think they got to play it
That's
out.
what happens.
Just hang on, play it out. let's see what happens. The season's gonna go by before you know it, and then
Yeah,
we're gonna be talking about this all over again in the off season. So
exactly.
let's hang tight. But yeah, that's pretty much it for tonight. We discussed what we have to discuss. Knicks, Murray hurt the top 10. Detroit finally won.
Yeah,
We're going to see if he brings
next specialist.
Nick specialists.
Be back.
Next time we got some more Nick drama, he'll probably be back again.
Be back again. Yeah, break it down.
Nice. Break
Break it
it
down for
down
you
for
guys.
everybody. But thanks for joining the show. Appreciate it. We'll catch you next time.